Hello, I'm Akshita. How are you guys doing? If you're new, welcome to my channel, Akshita Speaks. Here I talk about normal stuff. I haven't posted many videos. It's new, like I have recently started this channel and this is my second video. Anyways, let's get straight into the video now. This video is about how to start believing in yourself. Uh, First of all, we need to know what is believing in ourselves, then why is it important. Then I'll tell you 10 tips by which you can improve and start believing in yourself. And then I'll also tell about what will happen if you don't believe in yourself. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing, what is believing in ourselves? First thing that comes across the mind is when you know there's a thing and you know you can do it. This is believing in ourselves. I struggle to speak. No, don't mind that. Let's just okay, let's just focus on the main topic. Okay. So first thing is how what was it? Oh my god. I think I'm so nervous. I'm so sorry. I need to improve. I did many of the test videos before this one. They all were going so smoothly, but then when I dived straight into the main video, I feel nervous. But it's okay. I believe in myself. I can do it. So let's get started. Oh, I'm repeating the same phrase again and again. Okay, I'm so sorry for this. Huh. So yeah, when you know you can do it, there's a thing. And you know, yeah, I'll do it. This is easy for me. This is all believing in ourselves. That's it. No complex blah 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 equations. Yeah. So now we'll get on to why is it important to believe in ourselves. Well, if you don't believe in ourselves, I mean yourself, you won't be able to do anything. For example, I have to do this certain X equation. I say I won't be able to do this. Your mind will listen. I mean, mind doesn't really listen, but that goes into your mind, and your mind will be like, I cannot do this. And you would actually not be able to do this. That's true. So now you know the importance. And also, yeah, if you don't believe, how would you able to do the work? How would you enjoy your life? And this life is for enjoying. So believe. Okay, now I'll tell you 10 tips by which you can start believing in yourself. Okay, so the सबसे important one. Okay, tip number 1. The tip number 1 is have some me time. Take out some me time from your busy schedules. I know everybody has busy life and they think that me time is rubbish and that's kind of waste of time, but it's not. Having me time where you just sit alone with no phones, okay? You are using phone and you say that this is my me time. That's not the thing. Okay, it isn't the case. So like having me time is something like you switch off the phone, no distractions. You can sit in a room or a silent place. You could go somewhere out. It's all your choice. You can go to the rooftop. Then you be in a silent place and you just think about yourself. What are the things going on? How can you deal with them? And also you will have to say some good things to yourself so that you could listen them, and that goes into your brain, and then your brain starts believing it. It's literally true that your brain believes in what you say to yourself. Okay, I mean, whatever you say, your brain believes it. So if you say every day, I can do it, repeat with me, I can do it, and I believe in myself, you're good to go. So this was the tip number 1. Now moving on to the tip number 2. Create some quotes, and you can make the quotes and put them in your diary on your wall, or maybe anywhere on your fridge, at the place where you visit often. Just put those quotes there, and whenever you will roam around or something, you will see them, right? So actually what happens is, I told you, right, when you say something, your mind believes it, and when you see something again and again, it seriously imprints in your mind. So what happens is, when you see things like the quotes written on your walls, you'll start believing them, and then you'll start feeling confident, and you'll start believing in yourselves. So this was the tip number 2. Have some quotes and put them on your wall, and also you can write some paragraphs or maybe some poems. It's like a little bit of artistic, and maybe if you don't like writing poems in paragraphs, you can just write quotes and paste them on your diary or walls. Okay, now the third one is create positive environment around you. When you have some good environment around you, you start improving yourself. Your personal development starts, like it boosts like this exponentially. So it's really important to create a good environment. For example, you write the quotes, you give yourself me time, but when you have negative people surrounded, or maybe a negative environment, then it wouldn't be that effective. So have positive environment. Now the question is, people are people, I cannot say them anything. How would I create a positive environment? So follow the steps, the tip number 1 and 2. And for the third one, you just ask your family members and friends to say something positive to you every now and then. Say them that you want to believe in yourself, you want to grow, and you don't want to demotivate yourself, and you want their support and love and care. They will agree. What parent would want their kid not to grow, right? So parents would obviously support you, and saying this to your friends would be a little crazy, but if you have really understanding friends, then you can go for them. Okay, so third one is create positive environment. Now the fourth tip is be yourself. Now this seems like, what is this, but it's really effective. Now let me explain it to you. Why is it important? For example, let me give you a situation. Assume that you are trying to be a joker for a day. Okay, now what you have to do is really entertain people, look funny, your dressing must be accordingly, and you'll have to be smiling always. You cannot cry, right? Now being a human and a normal persons, we cry and we have mood swings, and it's like almost impossible to be happy all day. There are ups and downs, right? So now, being a joker, you know what you have to do, but it's not the real you, right? Because the real you is the one who has mood swings, the one who cries, the one who laughs, then the one who gets jealous, and there are multiple emotions, and you cannot be like this all day. It's kind of impossible. So now you'll be nervous. Why nervous? Because it's not the real you. This is not you. This is you. And you're trying to be this. You're trying to be a joker for a day. And it's going to be really hard and challenging. And okay, if you're trying to be a joker for some event or something like that, then it's okay. But now just get the situation and put it in your real life. You are trying to be someone else for the whole of your life. Now you get the answer, right? It would be almost impossible for you to be confident and not be nervous and like nail it. It's hard, right? Now just reverse this situation and assume that you are being yourself. You're not trying to copy someone, you're not trying to be someone whom others like or blah blah blah, that society and all that stuff. You're not trying to be them, you're trying to be yourself. And also you're not trying, you're just being yourself. It's the easiest thing one can do, be yourself. So when you be yourself, you don't have any nervousness or things in your mind like mujhse ho gaya nahi, I will be able to do it or not, right? There's nothing like that. So being yourself is a good choice. Then moving on to the next one is develop interest in whatever you do. Now for example, taking example of sports. Okay, now if a person likes sport, he will always go there and try to improve himself or herself, right? Now for example, okay, I play basketball. I used to play basketball and I couldn't perform that lap. Okay, I couldn't do that. So because I was interested, I tried day in and day out to make my lap work and make it perfect. And seriously, I would work for like 2-3 hours tirelessly doing the same thing again and again, having that 1-2 jump, 1-2 jump, and I wasn't really freaking out. I was just like, I have to do it, I have to do it. I was just putting those words, speaking them out. Those were going into my brain, and I was doing it really. And then after so much efforts and so many days, I finally did it, and the feeling, I tell you, that was priceless. So now put this thing into your studies. Now, for example, you have to do something, studies or maybe anything. Okay, it's not, this video is not just about students, it's about everyone, elders, then siblings, your parents, blah blah blah, everybody. So just think about it. You, whatever you want to do, just develop interest in it, and then you would not see the time, you would just see that you have to do it, and then you'll finish doing it. So that could be a like that could be a, so that could be a case. So what was it? Develop interest. Okay, now moving on to the next one. Next is tip number 7. The tip number 7 says how to be, no, not how to be, just be positive and not negative. When you know, it's actually similar from to the above tips. Just believe you can do it and don't think of anything negative. And the next tip is also related to this one. That is tip number 8. Stay away from toxic people and don't listen to what they say. There are always people who will try pulling your leg and pull you down, but don't listen to them and just keep on doing it. Okay, so this is one more, and the next one is keep stress out of your body, your mind, and whatever you do, keep stress away. Stress is literally the most harmful thing. It can do more harm than good. Actually, stress can never do any good to you. It will always harm, and you all know what stress is and how like what problems they cause and etc. So just keep stress away. Never let stress come into your life, and if it comes, then follow the above steps, it will go away. Okay, so now the next one is, I guess I have completed all of the tips, and also I would like to say something, that is believe in yourself, respect yourself, recognize yourself. Know you have me time, right? So in that meantime, what you have to do is you have to think about your positive things and your negative things. Then think of some strategies by which you can promote the positive things and you can eradicate the negative ones. These can be habits also. These can be morals, standards, anything. So also there is a thing for removing that negative things and the habits. Negative habits and the positive habits. You can follow this 20-second rule. I recently watched some video on this like 20-second rule. I don't really remember what that video's title was, but it was saying that for promoting your good habits, you can minus 20 seconds for, I'll explain it in detail. Okay, wait, listen. Let's start by an example. I'll use the same example that was given in that video. It was there was this man who wanted that he would play more guitar and not watch TV. He wanted to like promote playing guitar, and he wanted to suppress his habit of watching TV. Now it's normally every person's tendency to just when we are tired or when we come back from work, we just find for the easier option. We just sit on our sofa or our bed and then we take the remote and start watching TV, right? So for this, to change and reverse the habit and the tendency, what he did was he put that guitar near his sofa. Just because his guitar was in its case, locked in the cupboard, it would really be like, you know, effort work to go to that cupboard, open that, and take the suitcase out. It would be really, I don't know, a little bit effort. So he would always avoid playing guitar and would sit on the sofa watching TV and waste time watching TV. So he took the guitar and placed it near his sofa, so that it could be in front of his eyes and easily accessible, and he did not have to do any efforts to go to the room and etc etc. Okay, now the second thing, to avoid the habit of watching TV, what he did was he took the batteries out of the remote and then he put the batteries in the drawers of the next room. So now next time whenever he would sit on the sofa, he would have guitar by his side, but the remote's batteries would be in the other room. Now you can think, what is the easier task to do? To go to the next room, take the batteries and watch TV, or just take the guitar which is just placed by your side and start playing it? You know the answer. It's guitar. So now what he did is he added 20 seconds of efforts for the act of watching TV. You have to go to the other room. But for the guitar thing, what he did was he reduced 20 seconds, like going to room and bringing guitar and start playing it. He removed it all. He put the guitar by his side. So now you can use this strategy to promote your good habits and to suppress the habits you don't really want in your life. Okay, so you can do this. And also, now recognizing yourself, in that me time, you can think about this thing I told you right now, and then you have to soothe yourself. What does soothing means? When we get burnt, we apply some cream to soothe our skin, right? Now apply it in your life. When you have some problems or something, find the solutions, find the aid. Instead of crying, just find the solutions. Don't waste your time crying. Spend your time in finding solutions. It would be a lot better if you find solution, right? Your problem would be solved and there would be no problems. Okay? Although a next problem might be waiting for you, but that's another case. So you can do this. You can recognize, you can soothe, and yes, for believing in yourself, you really have to respect yourself. It's often not given advantage, it's often neglected, that giving respect and all that stuff. Treat yourself, give yourself respect. It's really important. So these are all some awesome things you can follow and start believing in yourself. And now we'll talk about what happens if we don't believe in ourselves. Okay, first thing is, you would lose the gist of the life. You wouldn't enjoy the things. You would also stop doing things even if you enjoy them. For example, I'll take my example. I love writing. Okay, I loved writing, and also reading books. But recently, not recently, a couple of months ago, when I couldn't really believe in myself, I would be like, "Kya hai yaar, chodo," and I wouldn't even read books, even though that gives me joy. I like reading, but I would just avoid it. Everything becomes negative, stressed, and you would feel heavy. You wouldn't want to do anything even if it gave you joy, and you would be just like sitting at one place, just like a machine. When somebody comes and turn you on, then you'll walk, and when somebody turns you off, you'll stop and you'll be still. That's not the thing. We are humans. We have to work, right? We have to think. We have to do something for ourselves. We are also social animals, so it's really important. So you should always believe in yourself, or else you will lose the zest of the life, and also you wouldn't really enjoy things. So this is all for today. If you like the video, then give it a like. Okay, so we'll meet you in the next video. Bye.